Welcome to V.S.P.Law channel. This is V.S.Patel, Velmula Sreenivas Patel, Member of Supreme Court Bar Association, Advocate of the High Court, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, lives in Hyderabad, Karimnagar, Telangana. Friends, today's session in Bar Association channel is that argument skills. So, you know very well about arguments. Generally, arguments, what is the meaning of argument? Means arguing the case. Arguing the case before the court is called arguments. So, arguments, the stage will come at the end of the case, at the end of the trial. So, how to get skills in arguments? So that, first of all, arguments may be two types. Oral arguments, written arguments. Civil cases or criminal cases, whatever it may be. So, there is two options available. Oral arguments. Advocate can argue the case before the court. Both counsels, both parties counsels arguing the case before the court as per facts of the case. So here is that one counsel defend himself, other counsel defend himself. So that is trying to get success for his case. The same way he is trying to get success for his version. So in form of the arguments. Especially in civil cases, sometimes vehemently arguments also be biggerly, shoutingly that. So that is the oral arguments. Then in some cases, if it is critical cases, whatever it may be, there is a written arguments also be available. Submission of the arguments on behalf of the parties. Either plaintiff or defendant, whoever may be, can file written arguments also be as per law. But copy of it must be served to the opposite party. So that this is the oral arguments and written arguments. So in case of arguments, then the keen observation must be done by you, and the point what want to say that must be understood by the judge. Somebody reading that, but can point wise bring before the court. So note this point like that. So then if you want successful arguments, then you can collect the total case certified copies. First of all, collect the total information, put on bench. Before that, you can refer. Citations also be. Remember, citations also be helpful for your arguments. Both sides. So the citation must be relevant. If citation is relevant, case will become a success. So in case of written arguments, there is no need to oral arguments. In case of oral arguments, there must be the time given by the court also be there. Remember, the court will be given further time also be further arguments and further written submissions. Remember, both parties. So, sir, I am the learner, I am the first beginner. How to get arguments means you can observe. Observation is also be part of the profession. So how the prosecution is going to argue the case, how the defense counsel going to argue the case, how the plaintiff counsel going to argue the case, how the defendant counsel going to argue the case. That time you can write the note down if it is possible. What they are referring, how judge is responding. So that is very important. Arguments also be important. Remember, taking time is not important. Bringing the notice of the court is very important. Point wise. The point must be a stone for success of the case. Become a stone for success of the case. So that is that. That time you don't get any fear. Don't see anything. You can observe only your case papers and other counsel points and judge. That's all. If you want further information, you can take the adjournments also. The court will be given a permission. This is the argument skills. Remember, argument is the final stage after the judgment. If argument is success, you deem it that the case will be get success. We don't expect anything. What are the results come, you can receive that. Then there is a appeal chance is there. Arguments is also be important. Especially one point remember is that bringing the point wise of the facts of the case before the court. Total facts is not most favorable and most relevant part which decide the future of the case. That must be bring the notice of the court by orally and submission with the citation, and copy of the citation given to the other counsel also be. So this is the argument skills. Friends, I hope you get somewhat idea. If you get idea, then give a like, share, subscribe. Thank you one and all. V.S. Patel.